Hello everyone and welcome back to Final Fantasy VII. This is episode 13. We are resuming our playthrough of this game now that I have completed Rebirth on the channel. I'm so excited to be back continuing the original. And we find ourselves back in the City of the Ancients at the end of part 1 when Sephiroth has killed Aerith and she is no longer in the party. So, just a couple of things that I wanted to address as we find ourselves resuming a Let's Play is there's been a couple of mod changes and visual changes as well. I am actually returning to the original menu style. So the original avatars, the original appearance, and it's all beautiful and crisp and upscaled, the original fonts and everything like that. So we're basically just taking it back to the OG. And I have also implemented the 60 frames per second mod for full 60 FPS. We initially didn't have it and just at the standard 30 because I had a separate mod that allowed us to use the replacement character models in cutscenes, and you can't do that in the 60 FPS. But I'm like, yeah, it's fine. We'll just have the original models and we can have that smooth gameplay. So we've also brought that in as well. So I'm very excited about the couple of changes. I guess it can sort of visually show the gap between our playthrough that we put on pause and now it's continuing. And just to get it out of the way and to address any potential concerns, I have finished Rebirth, but I won't be talking about it during this playthrough. So for those that haven't experienced the game themselves or aren't aware of anything about what is in that remake, Part 2, I will refrain from commenting on anything. I'll most likely be like, wow, I wonder how they're going to handle this stuff in Part 3, yada yada yada. But, you know, I'm not going to actually go, in Rebirth, this happened. So we're safe on that front. I have my playthrough on the channel. You'll be able to tackle that there, but not here. So we're just going to be continuing with our original experience, which I'm very excited to do. We've got discs 2 and 3 to experience now. Which way did that creep Sephiroth go? Ugh. Hey, you alright? Sephiroth said to me, head north, past the snowfields. Head north. Sephiroth told me himself. I don't think there's anything left for us to explore in the City of the Ancients after our encounter with Aerith and Sephiroth fighting Genova Life. So we're going to push on and follow the trail of Sephiroth. We've got a Viper Halberd, we've got a new weapon for Cid. So we get double materia growth, which I could look into doing. I think I've gotten rid of double materia growth on all my characters, and we've just been throwing anything on them. I'll keep everything as is for now, and we might address our equipment situation later. For now, we'll interact with this environment. I love these ways that you navigate environments in a very natural way. Just hip-hop all the way over. Oh, and this is an actual other change. Sorry, I'll talk about this one as well. I forgot about this until we're in battle. Is a little bit of a adjustment to the game's battle system here, where we can actually retain our attack command when we have a limit break, and you can access it in a separate menu. And as a quality of life thing, similar to how you can have a bunch of different abilities to choose from in, you know, Final Fantasy VII Remake and stuff, you can actually go and select all of your existing limit breaks. It gives you a lot more variety and choice within combat. So small, tiny Barret can use his grenade bomb here. And it will do no damage because he's small. But that's just as an example. I'm about to get destroyed by a couple of underground squirrels here. We've just started and we're getting screwed. There was the option for a true wait mode, which was very interesting, which is the turn-based commands will actually work as intended. Like when a character is choosing, no other characters will have their ATB bar tick up or anything like that. It was very interesting, and I considered it, but we'll just retain the original ATB experience instead of going for true wait. Maiden's Kiss or Cornucopia that cures small. Get Barret back up. Our first battle back, it's like a boss battle. Getting our asses kicked straight away. There's our victory. And one of the reasons why the enemies are tougher here is they're not actually meant to be this strong. Something that I've also implemented as well to make the challenge of the game a little more difficult as we enter part 2 is the enemies have double HP and they are also 5 levels above what they should be when we encounter them. So if you're wondering why that fight was a little bit punishing and actually had us on the ropes right at the beginning, that is why. All of the enemies in the game are now twice as hard, or twice as strong. Twice as healthy? Twice as healthy. Their hit points are doubled and 5 levels above. So they're a little bit stronger and a little bit tougher. And that's because you level up quite easily in this game, and you also get to a point where there isn't a significant challenge. Like, Final Fantasy VII is not a difficult game. And I actually opted to not go for any difficulty increases or anything like that when we first started. But I was like, this, if I was ever going to do it, this would be the best moment to do it, you know? This would be the time when we come back to the game after a significant event has taken place within the story, Aerith has perished, and you can kind of work it into the narrative as like a story element where when Aerith was with the party and alive, she actually was protecting us from the enemies more. And now that she's gone, that spell has disappeared. And all the enemies are now stronger as a result. Yeah, that won't make me feel as bad if I'm doing some, like, grinding for Gil or anything like that, or if our characters are at a high level, because it'll balance out with how the enemies will kind of brutalize us a little bit. God, I don't remember these guys. Grim Guards. So their HP is 1760 instead of, whatever is half of that. I'm not in the mood for math today. But what'll be nice about it is it will push us to engage with our... oh, okay. It'll push us to engage with our abilities way more. So even normal fights will be a lot more strategic and exciting to kind of be nice. You know, like we would have wiped them all out in one limit break. Now we get to wipe them out in 2. Oh, nice. Yeah, a bit more of a tactical approach to all fights, not just boss fights. And at 60 frames looks very smooth, actually. This is my first time actually implementing the 60 FPS. Because yeah, something about the original game's difficulty and original game fights is random encounters are just kind of like standard. You're like, yeah, right, you know, it is what it is. And you can kind of get through them with ease. That way it's kind of like you end up cutting out most of them because it's a bit like rinse and repeat, but this time you get to actually showcase quite a lot of stuff. I think the Hypno Crown prevents small? Is that right? Increases manipulation rate, right? Oh yeah, true. Hypno Crown. Why would it prevent small? That's White Cape. Slowly climbing our way up this mountain here. Yeah, alright, I'm gonna need to I'm gonna need to put on my white capes for sure. Get him, Barrett. Yeah, 4,000 HP. Oh, okay. We're all getting tiny. Quickly, Cloud. I don't want to waste my items here. Dispose of this enemy. I should probably put my Esuna materia on. We push on. White cape's equipped. Cloud has a ribbon, so he's fine. We go down here to get our final item. We don't have control of our character when we go down this ladder. I assume because of the way that it kind of zigzags a little, it would be weird for your character to have control over it, so it's a scripted up and down movement, but then when you choose to go up the ladder, because it's a straight ladder, you actually have more control. It's very interesting. This is our Magic Plus materia. So if we go up, I can actually control it. Because it's straight. I guess they just couldn't give your character control if the ladder is, like, angled. Let's get out of here. We have the power source. That's not gonna work this time, boss. I have to get Cloud a lot more of his enemy skills, that's for sure. Okay, let's see if Cloud... No, use it on Cloud! Come on! He needs to learn! Damn it. Right. Yeah, just use it on Sid twice. Very clever. Cloud having counter is so important. It's weird seeing him use the thin blade, though. I think we're going to be getting an upgrade for our weapons in the next location. I don't particularly have the gill for it. But we'll see how we go. And here we are, arriving at the Icicle Inn. Which has such a beautiful theme to it when we arrive. I love the light rays that come from all of the houses. This is great. Our snow plows, our little tractors. Now, weapon store to the left here, where it says, "Welcome, sir." Because only sirs buy weapons. Grandpa, wake up! We have a customer! Oh, welcome. Glad you came. What do we got? Ah, that's right. We have upgrades for every character, pretty much. Some of them are downgrades, but I think that's because we've essentially picked up some very tough weapons that have limited materia growth. So I will give Cloud the organics. Barrett, micro laser, and the mast axe. I'm not sure exactly if I want to be giving everyone new weapons. I would love to give Barrett his micro laser, I think. I don't want to have to sell any of my previous stuff for this. So I might end up getting a little bit of Gil on the outskirts. But for now, we'll get Clouds and organics. And I'll give us the Magic Plus. We need to be color coordinated, of course. Let's take a look around. My boy got hurt right about the time he moved here. I never should have gotten him that snowboard. Snowboard, you say? And there's a cat. Give me that. Let me take this snowboard. Not yet. Next time, I'm going to make an even bigger one. It's almost finished. And while I've said that I'm not going to talk about like the specific story events of Rebirth, I'm obviously not going to go, this happened and this happened. There will be an element of like, I've had a taste of the open world and how the game is built, right, for Rebirth. So in terms of walking through certain areas and exploring the open world, there will probably be parts of, man, I can really see how they're going to like expand and add to these locations now that we've seen and been exposed to more than just how they handled the Midgar section of the game. So it's really amazing to walk through the Icicle Inn and just picture how it'll be structured, how it'll look, and I'm just very, very excited. I think that they've done a really good job at being able to like appropriately expand a lot of places within the open world of 7. The big question is how the hell are they going to do traversal in regards to sea and air. Get the hero drink and the vaccine. And also, on the wall here, look at the map. Take a look at the Gaea cliffs. I like that you can actually read this. The upscaled map is actually really great here. See the gate. The giant stone something or others, guys. So, yep, you can definitely read that. The hot springs. The tree bridge. The stone face. The immortal tree. Very cool. My husband left 20 years ago and still hasn't come back. He should at least be at the foot of Gaea's cliff. It's marked with a check on the map. The master is an experienced climber, you know. I've heard that he knows every corner of that great glacier. It's nearly impossible to reach the northern limits without a map. If you're thinking about going to the northern limits, you better take that map on a wall. There you go. Don't take it without getting permission first, of course. We have the glacier map now. Let's stop in the inn. Such a nice, peaceful bit of music, this one. So relaxing. Forget about that gnarly hill in this town. They tell me it's off limits. What luck, we came all this way. Crap. We came from Costa del Sol to snowboard, but we're just about to leave. It's colder than usual today. It's 200 gil. You want to spend the night? Please come again. I don't think we can talk to the other dude. Can't get behind him. What is it? Don't get too close or it'll burn you. You can go to the bar downstairs. I love places like this because it's like sort of the pre-rendered backgrounds that you don't see very often at all. Like, you don't really tend to come down to the Icicle Inn bar enough times to have it like concrete in your memory, I suppose, over other certain aspects of the game. Like, there's pre-rendered backgrounds that I will never forget, and I'll always be like, whenever I think about Final Fantasy VII, I think about those images. And it's cool to come back here and look at spaces like this that you don't come to anywhere near as much, and check it out in this upscaled way that you can see details that were just pixelated and blurry before, like even just being able to read restroom, you know? What's with you? You make me sick. Do you know what a cetra is? What was a cetra? Oh yeah, they were the same as the ancients, right? Yes, a cetra lived in this town a long time ago. Her name was Ilfalna. She knew about a lot of things. What do you mean? I heard she was abducted by the Shinra and was taken somewhere. Shinra and the Ancients. I smell something fishy. Get a bit of an Ilfalna lore drop. Used to live in the Icicle Inn, the northern area. Never know if there's going to be double dialogue. He's probably going to get lost in that glacier and freeze to death. No matter how well equipped he is, out there in that cold on the glacier, I give him 2 days at the most. I heard some guy went to the Great Glacier in the north. What an idiot. Is he thinking about going to that hot spring? Is he thinking of going north? That's my plan. Well, if you're going past this town, you'll need a map. Maybe there's one left at Mr. Holzoff's house. He used to be a mountain climber. Mr. Holzoff. If you go further north, I heard there's a huge crater. Something huge must have fallen from the sky a long time ago. Maybe some sort of calamity from the skies. Oh yeah? I've heard there's a snow woman at the Great Glacier that hate hot springs, but I think it's just a myth to scare off visitors. Some really great optional dialogue to get from all of the patrons of this bar. Cetra and Northern Crater related things. Nice little view of the outside. And we can go to this house over in the back here. Look at all of this technology and weird stuff. Can we interact with it? Play the video? Let's take a look at this. You know, what's really interesting about stuff like this is this game has a lot of hidden interactive things. The game gives you like your little hand over your head to show where you are, and it can show exits with the red arrows and climbables with the green arrows, but it doesn't highlight things that you can interact with, you know? And I've had friends play through Final Fantasy VII and just completely go past this stuff because it just looks like it's part of the background, you know? Meanwhile, it's like a computer that houses like some of the biggest little lore tidbits of, previous events to Final Fantasy VII. Let's play the video. Let's have a little bit of a look at what was going on in here. The original Crisis. She looks familiar. Camera's ready. Then, Ufalna, please tell us about the Cetra. 2,000 years ago, our ancestors, the Cetra, heard the cries of the planet. The first ones to discover the planet's wound were the Cetra at the Nose Pole. Tell us, Ufalna, where is the land called Nose Pole? Nose Pole refers to this area. The Cetra then began a planet reading. Ufalna, what exactly does planet reading entail? I can't explain it very well, but it's like having a conversation with the planet. It said something fell from the sky, making a large wound. Thousands of Cetra pulled together, trying to heal the planet. But due to the severity of the wound, it was only able to heal itself over many years. Do the ancients, rather the Cetra, have special powers to heal the planet? No, it's not that kind of power. The life force of all living things on this planet becomes the energy. The Cetra tried desperately to cultivate the land so as not to diminish the needed energy. Even here, so close to the North Cave, the snow never melts. Is that because the planet's energy is gathered here to heal its injury? Yes, the energy that was needed to heal the planet withered away the land, then the planet. The planet tried to persuade the Cetra to leave the Nose Pole, but... Ufalna, let's take a break. I'm alright. When the Cetra were preparing to part with the land they loved, that's when it appeared. It looks like our dead mothers and our dead brothers, showing us spectres of their past. Who is the person that appeared at the North Cave? I haven't any idea. That's when the one who injured the planet, or the crisis from the sky, as we call it, came. It first approached as a friend, deceived them, and finally gave them the virus. The Cetra were attacked by the virus and went mad, transforming into monsters. Then, just as it had at the Nose Pole, it approached other Cetra clans and infected them with the virus. You don't look well. Let's call it a day. That was just one video, dude. That was just one singular video where you get to learn through Ufalna in the past about Genova, the calamity from the skies, what's going on with the Cetra, how it talks about friends, and loved ones being specters within the life stream, because death in Final Fantasy VII is so interesting. In Final Fantasy X, you have like the far plane where you go to this very specific location and you can kind of see them standing there. It's like this weird kind of ominous mirror into the afterlife where you just get to like observe. And Final Fantasy VII handling life after death is you all return to the planet. You become one with the energy of the planet, the life stream, and it's really, really incredible to see elements of the original game here expanded upon and told so well in the remakes, even in just the first part of the remake. How it handles that kind of stuff, I think, is really, really well done. And I think replaying the original game after you play like the remakes and go through it, it gives you such a new perspective on the original that you can actually see their explanations, their intent way back in this game, and how they've been able to expand upon it now. And I love that so much, because so many lines of dialogue in this game are great on their own, but now being able to have like remake and rebirth and stuff to have in your mind while you're reading this stuff just gives it a lot more weight. It feels so much more powerful. I'm obviously just dancing around certain elements, but to those of you who are watching that have played both Remake and Rebirth, I hope you also enjoy being able to view the original through a different set of eyes now. You know, we've been awakened to the live stream and the Cetra, and just the mythos and lore of this game is stronger than it's ever been, you know? So excuse me. So that was just one video, which is the original Crisis. And something that I really love about the compilation of Final Fantasy VII is there's the naming convention of having a lot of the games be like, have Crisis in them. Not all of them, but some of them. You've got Before Crisis, Crisis Core, Ever Crisis. And then obviously the other ones is like Advent Children and Dirge of Cerberus. They don't use the Crisis terminology, but they all have the same convention of, in terms of how they've been released. You have AC, Advent Children, BC, Before Crisis, CC, Crisis Core, DC, Dirge of Cerberus, and EC, the most recent one, which is Ever Crisis. Will they do an FC, Final Crisis? Who knows? But reading the original Crisis just makes me think of that sort of consistency. But what is weapon? This is a good one, actually. I'm really excited, because something about this replay that's so important to me is doing like the lore deep dive into this replay and being super extensive, and even myself knowing all of these scenes and knowing the character interactions and the story and all of that kind of stuff, I'm still able to view this and interpret it in brand new ways now, especially like having the original Final Fantasy VII Ultimania book and the Final Fantasy VII Remake one. And I'm very excited for the Rebirth version to come out. You can just study your tomes on all of the developers' intents and sort of their plans and all of it. And being able to get stuff like this and just reading what is being said is, I can still go, oh, I can see how this can tie into that. And I'm constantly learning new things as they give us more story in the Final Fantasy VII universe, you know? So we've got, what is a weapon? Now, Fauna, can you comment on the thing called weapon? Yes, Professor. The one the Professor mistook for a Cetra was named Jenova. That is the Crisis from the Sky. The planet knew it had to destroy the Crisis from the Sky. You see, as long as Jenova exists, the planet will never be able to fully heal itself. Back then, weapon was a weapon the planet produced by its own will? Yes, but there is no record of weapon ever being used. A small number of the surviving Cetra defeated Jenova and confined it. The planet produced weapon, but it was no longer necessary to use it. So, weapon no longer exists on this planet? Weapon cannot vanish. It remains asleep somewhere on the planet. Even though Jenova is confined, it could come back to life at some time. The planet has not fully healed itself yet. It's keeping watch on Genova. Where is Weapon? I don't know. I can't hear the voice of the planet well. Times have changed. The planet is probably watching this situation closely. Thank you, Ilfana. That will be all for today. This is great because I love the way that the ancients and the Cetra and how Ilfana and Aerith, they talk about the planet, and the planet is treated not as just this, place that we live, but this living, breathing, sentient energy, a concentration of energy. The planet is alive, and it is aware of that, and it protects itself, and he tries to heal itself from injury, and even has actual defenses of producing weapons to help in the fight against the planet. It's such an incredible take to see an enemy, or this force, this cosmic entity of Genova, being an actual fight for the planet, and the planet being a willing participant in that conflict. It's not these heroes that are fighting to save the planet, but it's every single being that is involved in life against Genova. It's the whole live stream versus this cosmic horror, Here we've got a confidential video. Daughter's record, 10th day after birth, and daughter's record, 20th day after birth. We've got a daughter's record here. What are you doing, honey? Oh, I'm thinking of taping it on video, but the video's not working right. What are you going to tape? Is there still something I haven't mentioned? No, that's not it. I'm going to record my beautiful daughter. And when she's sleeping, her face looks like an angel. First, we have to figure out her name. We can take the video later. I've already decided. If it's a girl, then it'll be Aerith. That's that. You are so selfish. But Aerith is a good name. It's a good name, considering it came out of that forgetful head of yours. Right? Oh, the videotape. Spicy. So here you get confirmation. You get confirmation of Professor Gast being Aerith's father, because while Gast and Ilfana were hanging out and doing their record study, explaining things, romance blossomed, and they've lived here and had a child together. Which is why Aerith is not a pure-blooded ancient. I always think that there's this really beautiful irony with the situation of Aerith and Sephiroth and these professors that they've encountered and dealt with. Because we've got Aerith, the child of Gast and Ilfana, and we've got Sephiroth, the child of Hojo and Lucrezia. And Sephiroth is taught that his mother is Genova, and he dodges the question about his father because he goes, "And my father," and then stops and just kind of laughs to himself. And he never sort of has this verbal confirmation that he knows who his father is. He despises Hojo, and he talks about Gast with such respect. He really admires Gast, and it kind of gives you a little bit of that idea that Sephiroth might wish that Gast was his father, or think that Gast might be his father, and is unaware of Hojo's, true machinations, especially as he obviously views Genova and is taught that Genova is his mother. So he's unaware of the truth of his conception, and then goes through the whole Nibelheim incident, and then reads about it, and then goes, "Oh my god, I'm an ancient, and you guys are traitors," Getting the wrong idea, which is very interesting going through that, especially as Professor Gast also wrongfully came to the same conclusion, where he was like, oh, Genova is an ancient, and then goes through the whole Genova project in an attempt to like recreate the Cetra, and then realized how badly he done fucked up, and then he ran away because of shame of the whole Genova project and what has happened, and then learns the truth from Ilfalna. And in that time of researching and documenting the truth here at the Icicle Inn, they have a daughter. But it is very interesting because Aerith and Sephiroth were initially going to be related and be opposed to one another. And the only sort of design element that remained from that was that they have the same fringe, like they have the same front pieces in their hair. And I kind of love it because it makes a lot of sense, actually. Like, even if they were like half siblings or something, like they both had a little bit of the same element to them, but clearly that is not the case, because Hojo and Lucrezia with Genova cells creates the monster, the war hero Sephiroth, and then something a lot more pure was, out of love, birthed Aerith. If they shared the same mother, I could see how that would work, you know, like you could have a situation where Ilfalna was captive, being studied by like Gast and Hojo and stuff, and Hojo did some disgusting stuff with Ilfalna instead of Lucrezia. You could have them, Aerith and Sephiroth, share the same birth mother, except Sephiroth got the Genova cells as well, you know? And even Sephiroth and Tifa were, at one point in the making of original Final Fantasy VII, they were like siblings, but unbeknownst to each other. And I'm kind of glad that that wasn't a thing, because that's weird. But Aerith and Sephiroth kind of makes sense that they could do that, with Aerith being the good and Sephiroth's being the bad, and you've got like the battle of the planet with the white and the black materia. It's great in that sense. We do have one more video here, another confidential video, which is the 20th day after birth. And this one's actually got video this time. Video again? You just got through taping. Please don't say it that way. It's our lovely daughter, both yours and mine. Don't you want to capture her childhood on videotape? If you keep doting on her like that, she won't grow up to be strong. Aerith is different from the other children. I wonder what dangers await her. Never say that. I will protect you and Aerith no matter what. You and Aerith are my only treasures. I'll never let you go. I feel so much better now, darling. If I hadn't met you, Who was that? I was just about to... Damn! How dare they intrude on our private time together? I'll send them away. Yes, at once. Who the devil? It's them! I've been searching for you, Ilfalna. Or should I say, Cetra? Long time no see, Professor Gast. Hojo, how did you know? Believe me, I had to turn over a stone or two to find you. Young Hojo is so cursed. He's got like short hair. 2 years I waited. That's how much I wanted this new sample. A new sample? You don't mean Aerith? Aerith. Such a nice name. That's it. I'm severing all ties with the Shinra. Hojo, please leave. Fauna. Please, Aerith has nothing to do with it. All you want is me, right? I'll need all of you for my experiment. You understand, don't you, Professor Gast? We can change the future of the planet. Don't worry, Ufalna. I'll take care of this. Please don't put up a fight. I don't want any harm to come to my precious sample. What a funny-looking camera. Guard, destroy it. Be careful with her. What are you doing, Professor? Ufalna, take Aerith and run. Oh, darling. Oh, and don't forget the child. A video. An ancient's weapon? A mountain of treasure. Thank you, Professor. And that's the biggest little bit of all, is you get what happened to Gast, and he sacrifices his life so that Ufalna and Aerith can get away and run away, or at least attempt to, but unfortunately they get captured and brought to the Shinra building and experimented on. And young, creepy Hojo with his plans for his samples. And then Hojo learns about all of the stuff that Ufalna gave to Gast. So, completely missable room. You can just like run in here and, you know, have a look around, go down the stairs, and you're like, yep, there's a bed, there's an item, and off you go. You know, you go, okay, here's an item, and I'm out of here. But, very important and crucial lore stuff in here in regards to some big players in the game. Aerith, Ufalna, Hojo, Gast. A one and only time seeing Professor Gast. So the Icicle Inn ends up being like not just a pit stop before you move past, but actually an important lore drop. No, don't! There's a steep grade past here. It's dangerous. Please don't go. I'm still going. Damn, it's just being nice. What the? Who are those people over there? Looks like trouble. There they are! Hurry! Yes, ma'am. Cloud. I won't let you go any further. What's down there? It's a secret. Really doesn't matter. You really got my guts messing up my boss up like that. You really got guts messing my boss up like that. You mean Boss Song? That wasn't us. Sephiroth did it. No, liar. Don't think you can fool me. I'm not lying. It was Sephiroth. Don't try to act innocent. I'll never forget it. Oh, man. Looks like just talking won't do. You're gonna have to feel some pain. Just you and me. No, I can handle him. There's no way he can avoid my punch. What? Yeah. Dodge that punch. That went so fast. Why? Why didn't you try to duck? There's no way they can climb the Great Glacier anyway. Put them in some house in the village. Oh, and by the way, they put you in the house. That's so funny. I love how there's no way to even see the punch coming until you're just like, oh, there you go. Lightning fast reaction time. So that could be a perfect spot. You know, perfect spot for a little Cloud versus Elena boss fight, 1v1, but instead it's just, dodge this punch, loser, and then you get just winded. How is that man? This village is now under martial law. Don't be angry, just doing my job. Just kick his butt. Stop it, there's kids around. Listen, I probably shouldn't tell you, but I hear something big's going down up north. The president's going to be there, so would you please just lay low for a while? I got hurt on my snowboard. Now I can't go out for a while. Hey, I'll give you my snowboard. Received key item snowboard. Let's go. Tell me if you get good at it. Time to go snowboarding. I love how we got knocked out, but that doesn't actually count for resting and getting healed. So we'll rest here. Something I think is actually cool about this section when you do get knocked out is time passes and people move on. You know, the Costa del Sol visitors move on. You've got NPCs in different spots out here as well. And now we're going snowboarding, dude. Sorry I ran off a while ago. I thought there was going to be trouble. Anyhow, we need a snowboard to get down that hill. Want to learn how to ride one? Nah, we're good. Alright, fathead. But don't blame me if you get hurt. Be careful! I literally have no idea how to do this. Man, I wish the game would teach you. Cloud's snowboarding model is so cursed, but let's go. His snowboarding model does not have a Nino-style chibi mod, sadly. Oh my god, I'm going to miss all of my 2D balloons. Yeah. Okay. I can't wait to see how they improve this minigame in part 3. They've got to do it. Yeah. Oh. Evil snowmen. I have tumbled. Trying to actually control my turns, but cursed Moogle, snow Moogles. Yeah. Oops. Very good. I love that it's just like, there's no music. It's just you and the board and the cold winds. Yeah, let's go. Spin up. I got the green balloon. I just broke all of my bones to get there. Incredible. I love that you do a flip. I'm not good enough to get the... Oh, there we go. Oh god. Oh no. Oh yep. Let us go. It's tree hell. Here we go. Can we get through it without hitting a tree? Ah! It came out of nowhere. Choco chicks. I just killed a choco chick. I think there's a fork in the road coming up and it determines where you end up. Yeah. Can't remember though. We're going the right way. Oh god. This goes on for longer than I remember. I think if we went left, it actually, like, cuts off short. I think. Whee! Oh god, there's another one. We'll go right again. Snow moogles. Igloos. This is where the snow moogles live. Ah! Ah! Cursed. Ah! And whee! Off we go, 420. We find ourselves here. Ugh. Sid with his ass in the air. I guess we're still in one piece. Everyone alright? Of course. I'm too old for this. Damn. I love Sid being like this sort of grumpy asshole of a character where he's like, I'm too old for this. And he's in his early 30s. It's so funny. He feels too old. Like, Barrett is the oldest. So where did we land? We've jumped pretty far. Hey, what's that? You just got something, right? You switched to see it. Sure is cold. We'll freeze if we stay here any longer. Alright, we're now in the ice region, and we can see where we are on the map. However, it doesn't tell you where you are on the map. You have to use landmarks to determine where you are and find yourself at the base of the cliff. So there's a lot to discover here, but you can also pass out. So you've got to be careful. You've kind of got a limited time to explore this area. You can come back, of course, but yeah, it is possible to pass out. You got a lot of time to explore, though. So we'll find ourselves a proper landmark, because I think... Looks like trouble. We're out of here, and wait a minute. So you can go down here. We're going. I'm like roly-poly all over the place. There we go. Whee! And out we go. And funnily enough, it actually takes you all the way out. So here you are. The Ice Gate, the class of 1996, top of the mountain. So if you want to actually go back and do the snowboarding again, you can head on to the Icicle Inn that way, which is very funny. So now we can see exactly where we are on the map. We're right at the beginning. I believe we were on the exit cave, the east cave, which I read as the exit cave. And you can choose where you want to go from here. So we'll go right. And let me tell you, as a kid, I had no chance. I could sometimes recognize landmarks, but outside of that, I'm like, where the hell am I? I got lost so much. Never stood a chance. So now we find ourselves at the cave. You can see your two pathways. We'll go this way. This can also help you. You can see your potential exits with the arrow. Now we find ourselves over here. Get a potion. we're here. I'm looking at the map successfully. That's the way it goes. Alright. Here we go. Yeah, I thought that I had gotten that wrong. Like, I have made a mistake. Alright. Let's keep the good vibes going. I think I can choose this outer pathway here, actually. Nope. I don't have the correct path built into my mind here. There we go. First try, dude. Find our way into this little space. And what's over here? The safety bit. So that will allow us to protect against sudden death, petrify, and slow numb. Very cool. And now we gotta go back. Time to return. It's easier to go back than it is to get across. Now on the map, we can go to the Lonely Tree. We want to essentially hit all of the landmarks before we make it to the base of the Gaea cliff. I did turn off battles that whole time just while we're walking around, but we will experience some of these enemies because there's some unique things in here. We got the Shred, and we got the Frozen Nail as well. Some very interesting enemies here. I can do Cure 3! What I love about this part of the game after Disc 1 is this is a part of the game that I'm just not as familiar with in comparison to Disc 1, because I just played the beginning of the game over and over and over again. But in regards to the snowfields, Icicle, Northern Crater, just Disc 2 and 3 in general, there are certainly the massive story elements that I remember, and you have like iconic moments that you'll never forget. But a lot of the sort of the enemies and specific story beats and the lore and stuff like that, it's not like as baked into my brain as the first part of the game is. So this is something that I'm very excited for, because I'll get to actually rediscover this stuff and also recontextualize it with Remake and Rebirth, and just think about and sort of theorize what they could be doing for this final part of their Remake trilogy. It's a lot of fun, because this area is where I got so painfully stuck as a kid. Like, it was hell to navigate this map and the snowfields. It was hell to ascend the Gaea cliffs, because I couldn't read or understand the whole keeping your body temperature at the specific amount when you were climbing, and I kept passing out, and I was like, I wasn't even beaten by a tough boss, and I couldn't proceed because of my childish skill level to maintain my body temperature, which is so funny. So I ended up being stuck on the game for a really long time and giving up, and then I would move on. I played other games, or I would just replay Final Fantasy VII Disc 1 over and over again. Or just run around and fail to proceed until finally a light bulb goes off in my head, and I'm like, I never finished Final Fantasy VII, I should change that. And I load up the save, I immediately succeed in retaining my body temperature, and I'm like, why was that ever difficult? And then from that point onwards, I just continued to push on to the rest of the game and finish Final Fantasy VII. So that's why I'm so much more familiar with Disc 1 than I am with Disc 2 and 3. So I'm very excited. We've got the giant stone pillars here. I don't know if this kicks us out, actually. Where does this go? Take me out this way. So, there we go. We'll see where this actually goes. Organics is such a weird looking sword. Where are we at? Okay, we're still going. Hey, added cut material. I forgot that this was here. You do transform, actually. That would be a pretty decent combo. You do mini, and then you also attack them at the same time. So that could be a fun one to utilize. You just gotta think of the combo opportunities. Yeah, I assume you could pair it with even double cut, 4 times cut, and then just have an extra attack in there as well. So we're at the Lonely Tree. We're going to make it to the tree bridge now. Slide on across here. Alright, now let's experiment with this one. Cloud is now going to do mini and should attack at the same time. It missed, but there's still a free attack, so... It's a pretty cool usage of the ability. Because I've just increased the enemy's health and their levels, you gotta think about that sort of thing, like how you can hinder your enemies. So that's a materia combination I'm happy with. That's sort of like... You can also do like what I already have equipped, where I have like added effect materia. So if I was to equip added effect with like Mystify or with Seal, you could attack them and put them to sleep, or silence them, or confuse them. That also works. I believe you can also poison them. I currently am just leveling the Destruct materia so it gets to Death, because I'm pretty sure added effect and Destruct at that level can do instant death. I could always just look it up, but there's part of me that's just trying to rely on my memory. So we can go up to the stone face, but we'll do that last, because we'll sort of go down and up. So we'll go down this way. Oh, and I've just passed out. There you go. So that's our limited time exploration of the snowfields. As I said, you will eventually pass out, and I used to just pass out when we were all the way at the top because I used to just beeline it north all the time. But we'll go back down. You awake? You collapsed at the Great Glacier. It's a miracle you're alive. My name is Holzoff. I've been living here 20 years now. If you're planning to head north, you'd better listen to me. Why don't we go to the next room and sit down? You ever hear about those who challenged the cliff? No. There's an old legend that says something fell from the sky here a long time ago. It's supposed to have pushed the land up and formed this cliff. 20 years ago, Yamski and I braved this cliff to see what was on the other side. But we weren't prepared for it. We'd never dreamed the temperature would be so low. That cliff has a biting cold wind that lowers your body temperature. Yamski was below me. He cut his own rope. I didn't even notice. I've lived here ever since, challenging the cliff and providing warning and shelter to my fellow climbers. If you're going to climb the cliff, you need to take 2 precautions. First, check your route. It's hard to find because of all the snow. So you confirm your route and then switch to push repeatedly to raise body temperature. Now, as a child, I'm going, what the hell is a switch button? Because anytime the switch button came up, child brain was like, press buttons until it works. And I never could get it with the Switch one. It's just an unfortunate little oversight of the game not just doing the controller icons, you know? Second, warm yourselves up once you get to a ledge. Understand? Yes, this time I do understand. I have a fully formed brain now. Maybe. You must be tired coming all the way up here. Better get some rest before you head out. Lovely. We have rested, and now we may climb. We will keep the same group. To climb this cliff, you must check your route and keep your body temperature normal. Don't forget these 2 things. I, as a child, did not understand. Here's our whole party. Everyone's chilly. You know, I've been thinking. What is it? Seeing a place like this makes you realize how awesome nature is. But if anyone ever told me to live here, I'd tell them to, well, you know. I'll tell you one thing, though. If I did have to live here, I'd change things around and make it better. I guess Midgar is the total opposite of this place. When you think of it that way, the Shinra don't seem so bad. What the hell am I saying? The Shinra? Not bad. You secure the route, you come up later. Alright, we've got our whole team here. So, the thing that fell from the sky caused the giant cliff, and I kind of love how you interact with the environment in that way. Oh, I can't take this cold. I wonder what's at the top of that cliff. Well, we shall see. This is secret info, but Rufus is going to arrive here too. I will do my best. Scottish Kate Sith. Gotta keep telling myself this blizzard's okay. Ugh. I wonder what's on the other side of that cliff. We're going back this way, though. Oh, God. So, yeah, we find ourselves... snow as far as you can see. Better watch where you walk. I'll place a landmark and start walking. Place a landmark by pushing the OK button. So this is this also always threw me as a kid because you put the landmark down and then the wind will change and then the camera changes and you're like, what the hell's going on? And that always confused the hell out of me as a kid. Now I have a bit more sense of direction. I can follow that, but I just like... Again, this area as a child, I was doomed. I was always doomed. It was just never gonna work out for me, you know? Oh, also another thing that we can do is we have a lot more control over the camera in battles, and we can actually like zoom out and spin around and all of that fun stuff. It's pretty cool. Oh, is it 0 health because Cloud's about to kill it? It's done. So in here we've got another all materia. Imagine if Final Fantasy VII Remake gave you magnify materia as much as the original gives you all materia. It's crazy. Alright, we're just going to continue heading in the one direction. Now we get to see if Cloud will actually do death with his added effect materia. There we go. I believe I've made it back to the snowfields by just heading in the same direction the whole time. I think just that cave that we got the all materia is the only thing to find out there by memory. Yeah, lacking like that sense of direction and having gamer sense as a child makes this a big skill check part of the game. And all of these things together just made it so hard for me to proceed. So I was around like... I finished Final Fantasy VII for the first time. I got credits when I was 12 years old. So it was around 11 or 12 where I picked up the game again and actually started properly playing it and finishing the story. So we find ourselves at the hot springs instead of the snow face area, so we're gonna hit up the stone face, the tree. Alright, we found our way to this cave area. Here we are. And we actually have missed something pretty substantial in the snowfields area. And what's kind of interesting about this one is I think that this is an item that I've only ever picked up once playing through FF7. I don't really have a massive recollection of getting this particular materia, so we're actually going to grab it, which will be very exciting to see because this area is only highlighting the aspects of the original game that I'm not as familiar with, which is very exciting to me in this replay. Missing particular items or summons or, you know, interactions. Some of it I remember, other things I'm like, oh, I can do that here as well. So there is still a little bit more to do here. We're going to head up to the stone face now. There's also an enemy that we're looking to encounter here that we can steal things from. We're going to steal a circlet, if possible. I always love Sid lighting the dynamite with the cigarette. Grenade bomb is just that much stronger, dude. I wonder if we'll end up passing out again, or if we'll make it back up to the north after our journey through here. Well, that'll confirm it. Jesus. We passed out. Okay. I'm heading back. We can try and get to this stone face. Alright. We're actually going to try and go for the other thing that you can miss here. And hopefully I can retain my directional know-how. And we're pushing east from where we've exited. I'm going to just push significantly east. We're going to acquire ourselves my rarest, least acquired summon of Final Fantasy VII. I've even picked up Typhon more times than I have this one. Let's kill these ridiculously strong bunnies. Keep pushing east. Hopefully this is where we want to be. Maybe? Can't tell. I need to find a cave entrance. That's what I'd be looking for. Yes. Okay, I'm in the right place. So, we've gone all the way east. God, look at this enemy. What the hell? We got a Minotaur in the snowfields with a shield. Magnade. God, I don't remember this creature at all, dude. It's going to be really interesting to see if they're going to utilize any of these enemy designs in the remake. Because I'm like, look at this thing. What the hell? It doesn't look like it belongs in this place at all. Also, it's got high evasiveness. W shield through. That's great. Oh, there you go. Well, you stand no chance. Fire 3 does the job. Alright, we want to go into this little cave here. Who's this? Yeah. You got a lot of nerve trying to touch me with the same dirty hands that touched that filthy hot spring. I'll never forgive you. And here's our enemy that we actually needed. Fascination. Do we reckon this enemy is getting put into... do you reckon this enemy is getting put into the game? I reckon they'll have to recontextualize this enemy for sure. So you have to interact with the... you have to interact with your hot spring to actually get this to work. Otherwise, obviously, nothing happens. Cloud's the only one that's immune to this, so... Please cast that on everyone. God damn it. Keep getting that steel until I can get the accessory that I need. He couldn't steal anything for this whole time, dude. Come on, Sid, please. You got this. There we go. Alright. We can now unleash. She's spamming those moves. I love that the model in the actual cave just looks like just a person just in like some like a coat. They're just keeping warm in there, and then it's like it's a icy woman. You did not like that we interacted with the hot spring. That's the important first step. Why this? Ugh. And there it is. Received the Alexander materia. So a very missable summon because, one, you have to interact with the hot spring. Two, when you're in the snowfield, you have to dart all the way east specifically. By this time, you have most likely already passed out and gone to Gaea's cliff. So it's just super easy for you to miss out on it. To give Cloud his chance to have a summon. So here's our Holy Alexander. I actually want to know what this looks like, because I would not be able to tell you. So we'll get into a fight. Yes, that is what happens if we travel to the east of the snowfields. We will get our Alexander summon. I have to boot up my complete save file and check if I even have the Alexander summon on my original save file. This is what Alexander looks like. Comes out of the ground. The holy city. Those poor dogs, man. Overkill. That was awesome, though. And apart from like an item that you can pick up in the forest towards the start, it's like a mind source or something, that is all that we can acquire in the snowfields. So we'll either pass out or we'll head back up north. And we can get on out of here. And proceed to now focus on keeping our body temperature up high. It's interesting that you can't retroactively apply that to this section. And even the hot springs in general, like, you might not even know or realize that you can interact with it, you know? There's just a lot of steps to get the Alexander materia, and so it's something that I really, really love about the original game, is there is so much to gather in terms of secrets within the world, you know? And it's all naturally acquired. Finding materia in the wild just feels so nice, and acquiring the summon materia by special means, it's just great. It's one of my criticisms of the remake, and that is essentially you have like the character of Chadley and also vending machines, and you can just buy materia, and then you're rewarded with summon materia by participating in like the VR fights. You battle a summon entity in virtual reality, and then you are given the summon materia that way. I feel that it just diminishes the legendary status of summons, you know, and their lore and impact on the world, you know. They should feel like these naturally born things that you acquire in the world. Like, you could get Alexander in a way that is completely missable and secret. You've got to go through games like that to get those secrets. Games just don't do that anymore, because it goes, especially games like this, they just have everything in your quest log of go and do this, then you'll get this, you know. Complete this task, you'll be rewarded with this. And everything's very easily listed for you in all of the steps to do, instead of being able to discover these things and these secrets within games. Like the Final Fantasy VIII just has some ridiculous things that you're like, how the hell did people discover and come across this stuff? And it inspired and sort of encouraged this gameplay of, you know, look at every nook and cranny and interact with all of your characters and go to these places, search for secrets. You know, everything is so clearly shown to you now. So yeah, the summon materia never feels like properly earned in Remake, whereas in the original you can just discover it in the world or after fights or something like that. It just feels so very nice. We are now ready, however, to push up the cliff. Let's maintain our body temperature. We're at 36 degrees. I think you pass out if you fall under like the mid 20 degrees. I think that's when it gets too cold. Even though that's like, I don't know, it doesn't seem like it's that cold. It's weirdly silent here. There's like not even wind sound effects. I don't know what the deal with that is. We're just in a quiet time. Yeah, you can see how genuinely easy this is. Child me just could not hack it. It's an interesting choice in music. start bringing back the early music from Midgar. Always loved the visuals in this place. We got a new weapon for Sid. We got the javelin. Double materia growth again, but with linked slots this time, which is actually great. Consider doing some of that. The enemy encounter rate in this place is high, however. It could stand to chill the hell out. Sure. They're all attacking themselves. I've turned them against each other. It seems that the added effect is not doing instant death, sadly. That was the thing that we were going to test out with this materia that's on Cloud. I think that if you do it with Odin, there's a chance for it as well. Initially I had Odin equipped, but unfortunately not. So instead, I might do... I guess if you do it with sleep, there'd be a sleep as you hit them. And then you'd wake them up when you attacked them again. See if that actually works. I love the green with the blue here. So cool. Yeah, push that rock. Cloud just... Let me just kick that rock real quick. Just like the punchings and all of these sound effects. I don't know what it is about this area, but it feels like such a joke area with all of the sound effects. Oh my god, I forgot about this. Magic breath. Okay. Oh. Stilva. Okay, we all just learned the enemy skill Magic Breath. Fire, ice, lightning damage on all opponents. Damn. Okay. Cloud attack. Does it put it to sleep? Doesn't look like it. Oh, I just realized that Big Guard casts haste on the party, doesn't it? Nice. Stilva gives you magic breath. Ooh, that's gonna be fun. I hope that they put that in the remake then. Get like this updated version of the Materia Keeper. Okay, we're on the second bout with the cliff here. We've got a choice. Go across to the right here. It gets more aggressive. Keep holding down right even as you get up. Was there any reason to do this? If there was like an item to find up here. Maybe not. I just tricked myself. Going right is a dead end. Oh, it's getting cold. Quickly heat myself up. I have no idea why it's so silent here. I genuinely don't remember it being quiet. It's kind of blowing my mind that we're just in silence. Not even like wind, which we know the game loves to do the wind sound effects. Like, have I just always remembered this area wrong? Did I just imagine that there was music and sound effects in this space? So strange. We've made it, however. A save point, which we will most likely not need, but it's good to have it. Especially with what's around the corner. So I think what we want to do is we head up and around through this very silent area. There's no way that there's not supposed to be wind sound effects playing. So weird. We got a fire armlet. Which is here. So you can drain fire attacks. And I might give that to our dear Barret. Let me give it to Cloud. Give this to Barret so he can have some more stuff going on. We get into a fixed battle at all of these spots. So you can break down the icicles, so we can get steps to items and other things. They actually survived. Icicle destroyed. And its animation that takes 600 years off my lifespan. We just have to do that to all of them. Alright, that's all the icicles dropped. We got a Mega Elixir. We can jump down to the room below now. And I am reminded of a couple of things that we need to actually grab in this area still. So we're not quite done. There's a couple of enemy skills to obtain and another accessory. So just before we proceed, we'll make sure that we got the manipulate materia, because we're going to need it. And we've got an enemy to face out in the cold. The dreaded Malboro, which is fun, because it's got a very beautiful attack that we all know and love, which is the bad breath. So we just have to encounter that bad boy, and then we can proceed. And then it's another opportunity for us to get the Trine element enemy skill from the Silver as well, because it's a Materia Keeper clone, but you need to manipulate it to get Trine on our third enemy skill. We find ourselves facing the beast, and it starts off with bad breath, so there you go. And we've all learnt it. Very sadly, we're in a situation where I have two sleeping, confused gentlemen here, so it's all up to Cloud. At least they're sleeping while being confused. Nice. Malboro avoided with one limit break. So we've all learnt bad breath. I do love having the triple enemy skill materia on for that reason. Just when all three of them have to learn something. And we're heading all the way back down because I missed a secret little accessory here that's tucked away that, funnily enough, would have been perfect for that Malboro fight. We are missing a little accessory treasure here. So if you go through here, there's a ribbon. Just a little tucked away little entrance there. So now we can have two characters with ribbons. And now we can go back. Okay. Time to try and get manipulate happening on this one. We can manipulate, we just have to believe. Manipulated still though. So now we'll do Big Guard. And Sid will give us Trine. So Cloud can learn it. Very good. It's always funny how sometimes you want to manipulate a character to get it to use an attack on you. Just so you can learn it, because it won't use it otherwise. Finally back in the Icicle room. We are rewarded with a speed source for our determination to bring down those icicles. I think we should spread some of that around. Cross. Now We have done some preparations for this upcoming fight. New sword for Cloud. We get the enhanced sword. It's not very good. It gives you a lot of materia slots, but you will lose out on attack. But the preparation we've done for this fight is draining fire attacks, nullifying cold attacks, draining cold attacks, nullifying fire attacks, draining half of fire, cold, and lightning attacks, plus, with Sid specifically, elemental fire, elemental ice on the armor slot. I wonder why. Fire and ice, nullification, draining, and defense as much as possible. We have prepared ourselves for this challenge. Now, what's really exciting about this is going to be our first upcoming boss fight with the enemy having double health and being 5 levels above what is normal. So I was just being a little bit prepared. And we find ourselves in our favorite spot of the game. Another round of another fucking round of climbing up the mountain. See, if you needed further proof that child me was doomed, they give us a third mountain climb. I never stood a chance. But it's getting there. I do love that it starts to get very creepy looking as you see the energy seeping through. That's the cool thing. It's like we're climbing a cliff, but it is not a natural formation. It's out of a crater. One of the black robes. Very creepy, ominous hallway. Reunion. This is what you have to face on your way to the reunion. What? We're not supposed to be in this environment. This is not the environment we're supposed to be in. Why are we in the battle arena at the Gold Saucer? This is wrong. Hang on. Hang on a minute. Sid just got one shot. Hold the phone. Wait a minute. I gotta restart because this is not normal. This is not okay. I'm not sure if that is going to be a glitch that we're stuck with. What the fuck? Oh, also, if you touch that, you get healed. HP MP restored. You are not supposed to have the Gold Saucer. What the hell? Alright, hold on. You got this game, I believe in you. That's never happened to me before in my life. Wow. What is that? What is that? Huh. Wait. Why is it doing 7,000 damage? It just quaked the whole party. What is happening? This doesn't feel right. It just party wiped. What the fuck? This feels so wrong. I'm like, all right, we're going up against a boss that does fire and ice attacks, so we've prepared in every way that we can with our equipment. And then the game said, we're going to put you in the Gold Saucer Battle Arena. I'm going to have to maybe disable a mod, because it's got to be some sort of weird mod issue. for sure. And we'll see if we can get to the bottom of this one. Yeah, well, guys, we're actually in a gold saucer simulation this whole time. Wow. I'm curious to actually have a look at what the... It is the... Oh, God, that's... 288,000! Alright, something has gone so terribly wrong here. 288,000 HP per head! What the fuck happened? What the fuck? Alright, let me fix this. Alright, let's see if it was the mod that I was thinking about that's conflicting with the game here. Oh, it is! That's amazing! Okay, so... That's really weird. Gotcha! Okay, so... This is the really weird thing. The mod that was conflicting with this specific fight, this boss battle, and it must be for just boss battles in general, and this actually makes sense now thinking about it, is I had a mod that was active in the background, like further down the load order, which is a super boss rush challenge, and if you go to the Hall of Beginners in Junon, you can then engage in an optional like super boss rush, just going through all of the enemies. What I didn't know about that mod was that it would take any boss fight that you do apparently and think that you're in that boss rush, giving you a supercharged schizo at 288,000 HP per head. So it wasn't even the fact that I had enemy HP doubled or enemy levels +5. It was the fact that I had a super boss rush enabled, and I should only enable that if I want to actually participate in it, I've learned. So that's why it did the gold saucer background, because I guess that challenge will just take place in that arena, fighting versions of these bosses that just do an insane amount of damage. So there you go. I think I actually, if I take a look, I have kept the HP boost, so they're at 36 per head, as you can see, but I did not add 5 levels to the enemy because I was looking to see if that would make things go crazy or not. But we found our answer. You can continue to do HP and extra levels, but do not do that for the super boss rush. So I think the schizo in the boss rush is supposed to have 144,000 health instead, and doubling that is straight insanity. So I've now scared myself shitless in this game, and now we can take on this boss semi-normally with a double health pool. All right, let's play. Jesus. Wow, it's now doing an appropriate amount of damage. That is incredible. Okay. Alright, so it's got an ice head and a fire head. You also want to steal from it because it does have a protect ring. Make sure you get that. There's our protect ring. I don't think you can steal from different heads. I think it's just, yeah, it's just the one. So we got the protect ring pretty nicely. Wow, that does an appropriate amount of damage. Who would have thought? I love that I was like, alright, we're going to put some preparation into this boss fight so the fire and ice damage doesn't destroy us. Accidentally ends up in Super Boss Rush. Crazy. Let's get some summons going. Let's do the Kujata does a whole bunch of elemental damage, so I don't know about that. Let's do Bahamut. Mega Flare. I always love watching these summon animations, very satisfying. I reckon the +5 levels is not a bad idea to go with the additional health pool, because what I've done as a result is you end up making them quite spongy. You need to kind of balance it out a bit. Just seeing how much bigger Alexander is. Ooh, that's a good damage right there. Oh, my barrier only just ran out. One of those bosses that I'm really excited to see how they'll remake it. I'm very curious. There's a couple of enemies that do the whole split thing, like Yin Yang and Lost Number. Ones where they've got two elements to them. I would actually love if they updated this one and gave it like a lightning head as well. It's got 3 tails, may as well give it 3 heads. Have it do lightning damage as well. Close to getting 1 head out of here. One head down. Does its see you later attack. Vault 3 is just crazy. This is the one doing the ice breath, so I should be able to do fire on this one. I love that it's misleading because it looks like this one's the fire head, but it's spouting out the ice. So I think I can cast fire on it. Yes. Please finish the job. Meteor Rain would definitely finish it, but I want to do Clim Hazard Ascension. Yes. Good finish. That is Schizo. Done correctly. Yeah, a bit more spongier than usual. The Dragon Fang, nice. There you go. Alright, there's that boss done. So we've got the Protect Ring now. Automatically setting up Barrier and MB Barrier, which is cool. It'd be cool if it was permanent, but, you know, because you've basically got access to Big Guard really easily, there isn't much point. We are going to head back because you can face a dragon in these here parts. Speak of the dragon, you can face a dragon here and upon winning the fight, get access to dragon armlets, which is what Sid has. Of course, it never hurts to have a few of them on hand. Good materia slots and drains half of fire, cold, and lightning attacks. It's a boss battle in itself, however. Never mind, Sid's dead. It is a boss battle in itself, however. It's dead, never mind. I think I keep all of these Phoenix Downs. I was expecting the dragon fight to come after this because I was going to heal myself. Take all of our MP down to nothing out of desperation, shall we? I love that that's called Blue Dragon Breath. Definitely looks like a dragon breath to me. Using my limit break without having a limit meter. Interesting. I thought it was because it went up to full, but it didn't. One dragon armlet, and now I just need one more. Alright, I have my second dragon armlet. We're all good to go. We can push forward past that delightful boss battle that had no hiccups whatsoever. Onwards! go. Another climb. We're not cold here, though. We don't have to regulate your temperature at this point, even though this feels like this would be one of the coldest parts right at the peak. We've made it to the top. Whee! Aurora Borealis. Comes that music, that doom and gloom. Look at where we are. Such an incredible zoom out. An old crater. Something fell out of the sky and crashed down here, leaving a scar on the planet. So all this energy is gathered here for the planet to heal itself? Sephiroth took that energy and is trying to use Meteor. Next time, the wound won't be so small. Because it was just Genova the Calamity, which fell from the skies last time. A whole ass meteor is going to do a lot of damage. All of that gathered life stream and planetary healing energy used to cast the black materia. Back to Sephiroth. Cloud, wait for me. Please take me with you. You're going after Sephiroth, aren't you? I've lost a lot because of Sephiroth too, so please take me along. Don't say no, okay? Okay, let's go. Alright, time to reassess our situation. For this, I am going to... We're going to do a full change up. Let's bring Vincent. So, I now have to do some changes. Okay, party together. Man, I sure am thankful. Wanna rest a while? Rest is up to you. And we've got this, the black robes falling to their doom. Receive the Neo Bahamut materia. Hell yeah. So we can actually replace our previous Bahamut materia with this one instead. The cooler one. Bahamut Arisen. Then we have a save point here. And this is going to be where we save and bring this episode of Final Fantasy VII to a close. Thank you so very much for joining me for our first episode back to the series after a break. It's been super fun to revisit the OG. I have so much going through my mind right now just thinking about how this could potentially be remade and what we could see in a journey like this. I really enjoy that Schizo boss fight when it's going the way that it should be instead of a super boss 288k health version. But we find ourselves now in the northern crater, in the whirlwind maze. The black-robed figures and their reunion is coming closer and closer. And I will push on and we will continue this one next time. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you then.